Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of SMU Soccer Insider. I'm Ray Canaveri. The Mustangs have won 6 straight. They're unbeaten in their last 9. Since our last show, they've won 3 consecutive games. A 2-1 win over UAB. They turn around, beat Florida International 2-0, and then Wednesday night, an impressive 2-1 win on the road against South Carolina. SMU head coach Schellas Hyndman talks about the team and how well they're playing right now, and about the win over UAB and FIU.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Ray. I was really pleased with our performance against South Carolina. I brought the boys back yesterday when we arrived, and I told them I thought we were playing very close to our potential. And it's been a long up and down season for us as far as injuries, but I give these guys a lot of credit. They've come out and worked as hard as I've ever asked them to. Yeah, you're right. I thought we had a good game against UAB. Did a lot of things we wanted to do. Against FIU, you know, that was a really difficult game for us. We scored a soft goal, and we had to win with us in the second half. FIU had to win, and I'll tell you, they had so many great chances to tie and beat us. And we picked up a late goal by Geppert to make it 2-0, but it was a lot closer game than 2-0. Gave them a couple of days off, which we don't normally do, and because I thought they were getting tired. And then they had a great result again at South Carolina last on Wednesday evening.
This week's Soccer America poll has the Mustangs ranked 2nd. The NSCAA poll has them at number 5. Additionally, the Mustangs picked up a couple of Player of the Week honors, as Scott Geppert was the Conference USA Player of the Week on the offensive side. Steve Sandbo was the Defensive Player of the Week. Let's check the highlights from the UAB match. SMU and UAB hooked up on a Wednesday night before a national television audience on CSTV. UAB wasted little time putting the first number on the board as a well-played ball on the right side saw a nifty move from Jonah Stewart. He got to the byline, sent across weak side, and all Derek Rios needed to do was redirect the ball. He did, and UAB had the 1-0 lead in the 3rd minute. With less than a half hour left in the first half, Bruno Guarda won a ball in the circle. Senior midfielder Scott Corbin received a pass on the right channel. A move and a forward pass to Danny Saintis gave Corbin a shot from 25 yards away that Blazer goalie Wes Johnson made a beautiful save on to preserve the lead. However, in the 24th minute, the Mustangs leveled the match when a textbook build-up in the back through the midfield and a Guarda diagonal pass sent Corbin free on the right side. A Ben Chaliva shot found the foot of Scott Geppert, who never quit on the play and struck pay dirt. The goal was everything you could ask for. Possession soccer on the ground, a great cross, and then throw numbers in the box. Not the prettiest goal of all time, but a beautiful build-up from the beginning. It was Geppert's 3rd goal of the season, but it seemed like all 10 players on the field had a touch on the ball at one time or another, and it put SMU back in the game. SMU goalie Steve Sandbo was required to only make 2 saves on the night. Here he makes a dive to his right to keep UAB from reclaiming the lead. The Mustangs have been good on set pieces this year, and with less than 8 minutes left in the half, the Ponies punished the Blazers. A free kick from the left channel was pushed away by Wes Johnson. Scott Corbin nearly hit the back of the net, but Johnson was able to reposition, block Corbin's rocket. However, Richard Oliva was in the right place at the right time to provide SMU with a game winner. The win kept the Mustangs atop the Conference USA standings. However, the tough 2-1 loss for UAB left the Blazers searching for their first conference victory of the year. Scott Geppert suffered a season-ending knee injury just about this time last year. He talks about how the knee's feeling and about how well his team is playing right now.
Yeah, my knee's feeling great finally. Yeah, it was disappointing to miss last year. I'm excited to get back, and this year we're looking pretty good. So. Yeah, I think last weekend we played very well. Before that, we had little streaks of playing well, but I think the last game against South Carolina we really played great soccer.
I mentioned that Jeff Harwell had an assist in that South Carolina victory on Wednesday night. Let's check that out, plus all the other events that surrounded the South Carolina win on the road as we look at the highlights. It was a matchup of two of the stronger teams in Conference USA as the Mustangs traveled to the East Coast to take on the Gamecocks of South Carolina. The Mustangs had a bit of revenge on their mind as they fell 3-0 to South Carolina at the same stadium 2 years earlier. The Ponies nearly fell into a hole early on as less than 5 minutes into the match, South Carolina's Jeff Schellas sent a corner kick into the 6. Will Trainor's head ball hit the bar. Adrian Chavanis cleared and the Mustangs dodged a bullet. Danny Saints continued to show why he's one of the most dangerous strikers in the country as he turned away from a defender, penetrated into the final third of the field, and hit a shot at the top of the box that South Carolina goalie Jimmy Maurer pushed just wide to keep the match 0-0. South Carolina continued to flirt with disaster. A dangerous pass in their defending third saw the Mustangs swoop in on a mistake. Scott Geppert's cross to Jeff Harwell almost gave the Mustangs the lead midway through the first half. The Ponies finally broke the scoreless match in the 48th minute as Harwell stole a pass and hit a long ball to Richard Oliva. Oliva hit a bullet from the top of the 18 that went far post and gave the Mustangs the 1-0 lead. It was Oliva's 7th goal of the season. With under 10 minutes remaining, the Mustangs iced the game away as Danny Lopez took a short pass on the left side. Lopez lifted a cross into the box. Bruno Guarda stepped in front of his defender, gained control, and calmly tucked the ball away. With less than 2 minutes remaining, South Carolina was awarded a penalty kick that they would convert, but it was too little too late as the Mustangs rung up a 2-1 road victory. Junior midfielder Jeff Harwell has been a solid contributor to the Mustangs this year. Matter of fact, he picked up his 4th assist Wednesday night against South Carolina. He talks about the team's recent run and about how they're playing with confidence right now.
We've won 6 in a row. We're feeling good. We're still working out a little bit of the kinks, but it's a good winning streak, and we're looking to continue that throughout the rest of the season. Well, the more you win, the more confident we get, and the key is to just continue winning, and the confidence will continue to go up.
Senior goalie Steve Sandbo is finally healthy after being hit with nagging injuries over the last couple of years. He talks about finally being able to contribute to this squad and about the team's recent play.
Yeah, it feels great. I mean, the past few years have kind of been a struggle to stay healthy and then rehab, so to be able to go through a season and not have to worry about going to the training room every day after class and rehabbing has been great. I can just worry about my play on the field, not, my physical shape and whatnot. So it's been a big relief off my mind to be able to play like that. I think this last game against South Carolina was probably our best game of the season. We've been talking about, what percentage we're at, and we decided we were probably at 95% this past game, so I think each game we've gotten better and better, and if we can just put our finishing together, we'll be a hard team to beat.
Being ranked nationally always puts a target on your back. Geppert, Sandbo, and Harwell talk about the pressure of being a top-ranked team in the country.
For us, I don't think we have any added pressure, but I think other teams maybe focus harder just because they see our ranking and they see that it's going to help them out if they play harder. So, but I think us, we come out and focus hard every game, especially these last couple months, the tournament coming up. So no change on our side.
It does add a little bit of pressure. We have that target on our back, but once the whistle blows and we're on the field, that doesn't go through anybody's mind, and we're just out there to play and hopefully get the W.
I think it's a little added pressure. We have a bullseye on our back now every time we go out and play, whether it's Centenary or, the number 2 team in the nation. Everyone wants to beat you just because you're at the top. So it's definitely a little added pressure, and everyone gets up to play you, but, it makes us better and gets us ready for the tournament.
The Mustangs are looking strong down the stretch. 3 of the next 4 to close out the season will be at home. Then it's off to the conference tournament in mid-November. Hope to see everyone out at Westcott Field for the remaining few games of the season. I'm Ray Canavera. This has been SMU Soccer Insider. Until next time, so long, everyone.